The National Electrical Code, specifically the 2020 edition, outlines specific requirements for receptacle outlets installed on kitchen countertops. These rules are designed to ensure convenient access to electrical power for appliances and to minimize the use of extension cords, which can pose safety hazards. The fundamental principle is that countertops measuring 12 inches or more in width must have receptacle outlets installed. Furthermore, the code stipulates that there must be at least one receptacle outlet for every 24 inches of countertop space. This 24-inch rule applies to the total length of the countertop, not just individual sections. The goal is to provide evenly distributed access to electrical power along the entire countertop surface. Consider a countertop that is 36 inches long. Since the requirement is one receptacle for every 24 inches, a single receptacle would not suffice. You would need two receptacles to meet code. Now let's consider the specific case of a flat or peninsular countertop that measures 24 inches by 12 inches or more. In this scenario, the minimum requirement is indeed one receptacle outlet. This is because the countertop meets the minimum width requirement of 12 inches and the length is 24 inches, thus fulfilling the one receptacle per 24 inches rule. It's crucial to understand that these are minimum requirements. In many cases, it may be desirable or even necessary to install additional receptacle outlets to accommodate the anticipated use of the countertop. For instance, if the countertop is frequently used for multiple appliances simultaneously, having more than the minimum number of receptacles would be beneficial. Several other factors influence receptacle placement on countertops. Receptacles must be located within a certain distance of the countertop. The NEC specifies that receptacles should be readily accessible. This means they should not be obstructed by cabinets, appliances, or other obstructions. Receptacles should also be located in a way that minimizes the risk of damage from spills or other hazards. Ground fault circuit interrupter protection, commonly known as GFCI protection, is required for all 125 volt, 15 amp and 20 amp receptacles serving countertop surfaces in kitchens. GFCI protection is a critical safety measure that helps to prevent electrical shock. A GFCI monitors the current flowing in a circuit and quickly interrupts the power if it detects a ground fault. A ground fault occurs when electricity takes an unintended path to ground, such as through a person's body. GFCIs are designed to trip very quickly, typically in a fraction of a second, which can prevent serious injury or death. The NEC provides specific guidelines for the installation of GFCI protection in various locations, including kitchens, bathrooms, and outdoor areas. The type of receptacle used on countertops must also meet certain requirements. Tamper-resistant receptacles are now required in most areas of a dwelling. These receptacles have internal shutters that prevent the insertion of foreign objects such as paper clips or small toys, which can help to protect children from electrical shock. The NEC also addresses the use of multi-outlet assemblers, also known as power strips, on countertops. While power strips can be convenient, they should be used with caution. Power strips should be listed by a recognized testing laboratory, such as Underwriters Laboratories, and should have built-in overload protection. It's also important to avoid overloading power strips, which can create a fire hazard. When determining the number and placement of receptacle outlets on kitchen countertops, it's always best to consult with a qualified electrician. An electrician can assess the specific needs of the kitchen and ensure that the electrical installation complies with all applicable codes and regulations. They can also provide guidance on selecting the appropriate types of receptacles in GFCI protection. Here are some additional considerations for receptacle placement on countertops. Avoid placing receptacles behind sinks or cooktops. This can make them difficult to access and increase the risk of water damage. Consider the placement of appliances when determining receptacle locations. Make sure that there are enough receptacles to accommodate all of the appliances that will be used on the countertop. Think about the future use of the countertop. Will the countertop be used for different purposes in the future? If so, it may be wise to install additional receptacles to accommodate those future needs. Remember that the NEC is a complex document, and it's important to stay up to date on the latest revisions. The NEC is typically updated every 3 years, so it's important to make sure that you are using the most current version. Changes and interpretations of the code can occur. The local authority having jurisdiction, or OJ, is the ultimate interpreter of the code. The AHJ is typically a local building inspector or electrical inspector. If you have any questions about the NEC, it's always best to consult with the AHJ. Here is a review of the key points. Firstly, countertops that are 12 inches or wider require receptacle outlets. Secondly, there must be at least one receptacle outlet for every 24 inches of countertop space. Thirdly, all countertop receptacles must have GFCI protection. Fourthly, tamper-resistant receptacles are generally required. Fifthly, power strips should be used with caution and should have overload protection. Sixthly, it is important to consult with a qualified electrician for any electrical work. Finally, always check with the local AHJ for any specific interpretations or requirements. By following these guidelines, you can ensure that your kitchen countertops have adequate and safe electrical power. Now let's consider some examples to further illustrate the application of the NEC requirements. Imagine a straight countertop section that is exactly 48 inches long and 18 inches wide. Based on the NEC, how many receptacle outlets are required? Since the countertop is wider than 12 inches, the width requirement is met. Because the length is 48 inches, and the code mandates one receptacle for every 24 inches, you would need 2 receptacle outlets. They should be spaced relatively evenly along the 48-inch length to provide convenient access. Now, let's change the scenario slightly. Suppose the countertop is 30 inches long and 15 inches wide. The width again satisfies the requirement of being 12 inches or greater. The length is 30 inches. While 30 inches is more than 24 inches, one receptacle is enough. Even though 30 exceeds 24, the code dictates at least one per 24 inches. You do not need one for every inch over 24. Consider an L-shaped countertop. One section is 36 inches long, and the other section is 42 inches long. Both sections are 16 inches wide. How do you determine the receptacle requirements for this configuration? In this case, you need to treat each section separately. The 36-inch section requires 2 receptacles because it exceeds 24 inches. The 42-inch section also requires 2 receptacles for the same reason. So, in total, the L-shaped countertop would need 4 receptacles. What if the countertop has a sink in the middle? The NEC addresses this situation by stating that any countertop space behind a sink is not considered part of the usable countertop length when calculating receptacle requirements. For example, if you have a 60-inch countertop with a 30-inch sink in the middle, you would only consider the 15 inches on each side of the sink for receptacle calculations. This means you would treat it as 2 15-inch sections. Since 15 inches is less than 24 inches, each side would not require a receptacle outlet. This configuration, technically, would not require a receptacle. However, for practical use, the installation of one on either side of the sink is encouraged. Let's discuss peninsular countertops in more detail. A peninsular countertop is a countertop that is attached to a wall on one side and extends out into the room, resembling a peninsula. The NEC has specific rules for peninsular countertops to ensure that they have adequate receptacle outlets. A general rule for peninsular countertops is the same as for flat countertops: one receptacle outlet for every 24 inches of countertop space. However, there is an additional requirement for peninsular countertops that are 12 inches or wider and extend 24 inches or more from the wall. These peninsular countertops must have at least one receptacle outlet. This requirement applies regardless of the total length of the countertop. For instance, if you have a peninsular countertop that is 30 inches wide and extends 24 inches from the wall, you must have at least one receptacle outlet, even if the total length of the countertop is less than 24 inches. The reason for this additional requirement is to ensure that peninsular countertops, which are often used as work surfaces or eating areas, have readily available electrical power. It's important to note that the receptacle outlet on a peninsular countertop must be located within a certain distance of the countertop edge. The NEC specifies that the receptacle outlet must be located no more than 12 inches below the countertop surface or no more than 6 inches horizontally from the edge of the countertop. These restrictions are designed to ensure that the receptacle outlet is easily accessible and that cords from appliances do not have to be stretched across the countertop. When installing receptacle outlets on peninsular countertops, it's also important to consider the placement of other features such as sinks, cooktops, and backsplashes. Receptacle outlets should be located away from these features to minimize the risk of water damage or other hazards. Additionally, it's a good idea to install receptacle outlets on both sides of a peninsular countertop to provide convenient access from either direction. Remember, the NEC is a minimum standard. In many cases, it may be desirable to exceed the minimum requirements to provide additional convenience or safety. For example, you might choose to install more receptacle outlets than required by the NEC or to install receptacle outlets with additional features, such as USB charging ports. The key is to carefully consider the intended use of the countertop and to install receptacle outlets that will meet those needs safely and effectively. Now let's address some common misconceptions about receptacle outlets on kitchen countertops. One common misconception is that receptacle outlets are not required on islands. This is not true. The NEC requires receptacle outlets on islands that are 12 inches or wider and have an unobstructed length of 24 inches or more. Another misconception is that GFCI protection is only required for receptacle outlets near sinks. While it is true that GFCI protection is required for receptacle outlets within a certain distance of sinks, it is also required for all receptacle outlets serving countertop surfaces in kitchens regardless of their location. A third misconception is that power strips can be used as a substitute for permanent receptacle outlets. While power strips can be convenient, they are not a substitute for permanent receptacle outlets. Power strips should only be used for temporary connections of appliances, and they should not be overloaded. It's crucial to install an adequate number of permanent receptacle outlets to meet the needs of the kitchen. Finally, it's important to remember that the NEC is not a design manual. It sets minimum safety standards, but it does not provide detailed instructions on how to design an electrical system. Electrical system design should be performed by a qualified electrician or electrical engineer. They will consider various factors, such as the size of the kitchen, the anticipated load, and the location of appliances, to design a system that meets the specific needs of the project and complies with all applicable codes and regulations.